Of biotin, this is a sulfur containing vitamin, and biotin is a heterocyclic monocarboxylic acid. Biotin is a heterocyclic monocarboxylic acid. Imidazole ring is linked to thiophene ring. Imidazole ring is here you can see this is the imidazole ring. This is linked to thiophene ring with valeric acid side chain. This is valeric acid side chain. So this is a structure of biotin water soluble B complex vitamin. So this is a sulfur containing vitamin. This structure, if you see the structure of biotin, this is made up of heterocyclic monocarboxylic acid. It consists of an imidazole ring linked to thiophene ring. This thiophene ring is esterified with valeric acid. If you see the sources of biotin, egg yolk is a very good source of biotin, and legumes, milk, liver, soya bean are the good sources of this vitamin biotin. Coming to the required dietary allowance, RDA for biotin is about 200 to 300 milligrams per day. 200 to 300 milligrams per day, and its requirement is increased in case of pregnancy and lactation. If you see the coenzyme activity, and its role, it is prosthetic group of enzyme. That catalyze carbon dioxide fixation reactions. Now biotin helps in carboxylation reactions. Okay. Now if you see here, this is a carbonic phosphoric anhydride compound. This is converted to carboxy biotin enzyme. So here, this is how the carboxylation reactions takes place with the involvement of this biotin as coenzyme. You take many of the carboxylation steps are involving this biotin as coenzyme. So biotin required for carbon dioxide fixation reaction means carboxylation reaction. For example, you see acetyl-CoA carboxylase enzyme. Acetyl-CoA carboxylase enzyme catalyzes the carboxylation of acetyl-CoA and converts this acetyl-CoA into malonyl-CoA. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme acetyl-CoA carboxylase. So this is a fixation of carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is fixed to acetyl-CoA, so it becomes malonyl-CoA. This is an energy consuming reaction, so ATP is converted to ADP, and this requires acetyl-CoA carboxylase requires this biotin as coenzyme. So this is the first step and rate limiting step of the fatty acid synthesis. This is the first step and the rate limiting step of the fatty acid synthesis metabolism. Similarly, propionyl-CoA carboxylase catalyzes the carbon dioxide fixation to propionyl-CoA substrate and converts this propionyl-CoA into d-methyl-malonyl-CoA. So here ATP is converted to ADP. Now carbon dioxide is fixed onto propionyl-CoA and it gets converted to d-methyl-malonyl-CoA. Okay. This requires manganese and biotin as coenzymes. Now another example is pyruvate carboxylase. This is an important enzyme in gluconeogenesis. This is an important enzyme in gluconeogenesis pathway. And if you see this conversion of pyruvic acid to oxaloacetate takes place by the enzyme pyruvate carboxylase. So this is an important enzyme of the gluconeogenesis. So here carbon dioxide is fixed onto the substrate pyruvate and gets converted into oxaloacetate. This is also an energy dependent reaction. Now another example in leucine metabolism, if you see the beta-methyl crotonyl CoA is carboxylated to beta-glutaryl CoA. Likewise, there are many carbon dioxide fixation reactions or carboxylation reactions taking place in the body, and these carboxylation steps require this biotin as coenzyme. So there are some carbon dioxide fixation reactions taking place in our body without the involvement of biotin also. For example, conversion of pyruvic acid to malate by the enzyme malic enzyme. Then this reaction does not require biotin as a coenzyme. Similarly, carbon dioxide donates carbon atom 6 of purine ring also. This is also carboxylation reaction where it does not require biotin. Then carbamoyl phosphate synthetase. Carbamoyl phosphate synthetase. The carbamoyl phosphate synthetase, this is the first step in pyrimidine synthesis and urea synthesis. This is the first step in pyrimidine synthesis and urea synthesis. So carbamoyl phosphate synthetase also is a carboxylation reaction where it does not require biotin. So in the body there are some carboxylation reactions happening without the involvement of biotin also. So carboxylation reactions can be classified depending on the involvement of biotin as biotin dependent carboxylation reaction and biotin independent carboxylation reactions. Now what will happen in case of biotin deficiency? If you see the reason for biotin deficiency, the large amounts of intake of raw egg white, large amounts of intake of raw egg white can cause the biotin deficiency. I told you egg yolk is a good source of biotin, but when you are taking this raw egg, this can cause biotin deficiency because this raw egg contains a compound called avidin. Raw egg contains a compound called avidin, which is a biotin antagonist. So this avidin, what it will do, it binds with the 4 molecules of biotin in non-covalent irreversible interaction. This avidin can form bonding with the biotin. At a time it can bind to 4 molecules of biotin in non-covalent irreversible interaction. So that is the reason if you take the raw egg, what will happen? This avidin binds with the biotin, so it prevents its absorption. So if you are taking raw egg daily, then it can cause biotin deficiency. This avidin is a heat labile and destroyed by boiling of egg. So it is always better to eat the boiled egg instead of eating raw egg. Okay. Now another reason for biotin deficiency is prolonged antibiotic treatment. Because this biotin is synthesized by intestinal flora, and if you treat the patient with antibiotics for a long time, then this can also result in biotin deficiency. Now if you see the congenital causes for biotin deficiency, it is very rare. Holocarboxylase enzyme helps in utilization of biotin. This enzyme is defective in children, so they cannot utilize this biotin. If you see the deficiency manifestations of this congenital enzyme deficiency, alopecia means loss of hair will be there, dermatitis, skin infections, and incoordination of movements. There is no movement coordination in the body movements, so that will be lost in case of this holocarboxylase enzyme deficiency. Okay. Now acquired causes are also there. This is congenital cause, and acquired cause is also there, like Lehn's disease seen in breastfed infants with persistent diarrhea. So here what is the basis? If you see the low biotin content in the mother's milk and poor absorption of biotin due to diarrhea also is the basis for the acquired deficiency of this biotin. If you see the clinical manifestations of biotin deficiency, anorexia, atrophic glossitis, there is loss of appetite actually, and hyperesthesia means hyperactive nerve and muscle pain is also seen, and hallucination, anemia, then somnolence. Okay, all these things are the clinical manifestations of deficiency of the this water soluble vitamin biotin. The next water soluble vitamin is pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid is next another water soluble vitamin. If you see the synonyms for pantothenic acid, this is also called as Chick antidermatitis factor. Chick antidermatitis factor. The sources of pantothenic acid, if you see, this is widely distributed in plants and animals. Widely distributed in plants and animals. Yeast, liver, eggs are the good sources of this pantothenic acid. This is synthesized by the intestinal bacterial flora also. And if you see, the required dietary allowance for this pantothenic acid is 10 milligrams per day. Chemistry of pantothenic acid, this pantoic acid beta alanine. Pantoic acid beta alanine is nothing but pantothenic acid. If you see the coenzyme form of pantothenic acid, this is CoA-SH is the coenzyme A, or CoA-SH is the coenzyme form of pantothenic acid. So this is the structure. Pantoic acid, beta alanine, beta mercaptoethanolamine is phosphorylated. Phosphorylated. This is the active form of the pantothenic acid, that is CoA-SH. If you see the metabolic role of pantothenic acid, it is involved in the formation of acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA. So this acetyl-CoA is formed from the pyruvate, which is formed as a end product of glycolysis metabolism. So this glycolysis cycle end product is pyruvic acid or pyruvate. This pyruvate reacts with coenzyme A and is converted to acetyl-CoA, and this is the oxidative decarboxylation step catalyzed by the enzyme PDH complex, means pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. So in this formation of acetyl-CoA requires acyl groups accepted by the coenzyme A during metabolism of other substrates. So this coenzyme A is required for the formation of acetyl-CoA, which comes from pantothenic acid. Coenzyme A is nothing but pantothenic acid. So these acyl groups are transferred from acetyl-CoA to other acceptors also. Acetyl-CoA is the one which is transferring this coenzyme A to the other substrates. Like choline, you take choline, choline becomes acetylcholine. This acts as a neurotransmitter. Choline becomes acetylcholine, and this acetylcholine acts as a neurotransmitter. So this is very important compound which is formed in the body, and this requires coenzyme A. Now acetyl-CoA utilization, if you see, oxaloacetate plus acetyl-CoA, it is converted to citrate. Now citrate enters into the citric acid cycle or TCA cycle for further metabolism. Then acetyl-CoA is used for the formation of acetylcholine, and acetylation reactions also requires this acetyl-CoA. Synthesis of cholesterol and ketone bodies also requires this acetyl-CoA, and acetyl-CoA and malonyl-CoA are involved in the synthesis and elongation of fatty acids. So fatty acid synthesis requires this acetyl-CoA and malonyl-CoA, which requires the pantothenic acid. Now this slide I have given the summary of the important reactions of coenzyme A derivatives. Sorry. If you see the oxidation of fatty acids produces a 2-carbon compound called acetyl-CoA. Then pyruvate can be converted to acetyl-CoA. If you see the branched chain amino acid like leucine and other ketogenic amino acids, they can be converted to acetyl-CoA. So this is how acetyl-CoA comes into the body, and this acetyl-CoA is utilized in the TCA cycle. It is required for fatty acid synthesis, it is required for cholesterol synthesis, and as a result it is required for the steroid hormone synthesis in the body. Acetyl-CoA is required for ketone body synthesis. Acetyl-CoA is required for acetylcholine formation. Acetyl-CoA is required for the detoxification reactions by making them by doing the acylation reactions in the body. So this acetyl-CoA or acyl-CoA or propionyl-CoA, malonyl-CoA, these compounds require this coenzyme, and these compounds are involved in various metabolisms. So this is an important vitamin which acts as a coenzyme for many reactions in the body. Another example, if you see the formation of succinyl-CoA, in citric acid cycle. This reaction if you see the reaction, alpha ketoglutarate is converted to succinyl-CoA by the enzyme alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. So here also there is a formation of addition of coenzyme A. So this requires coenzyme A. Succinyl-CoA is required for the heme synthesis, and succinyl-CoA plus glycine gives delta aminolevulinic acid. This is the first step of heme synthesis of hemoglobin. Now if you see the ketone bodies degradation, succinyl-CoA is formed during the degradation of ketone bodies, during the formation of ketone bodies. Now lipid metabolism, if you see lipid metabolism, the activation of fatty acids in beta oxidation is required, this acetyl-CoA removal. Fatty acids becomes fatty acyl-CoA, and then only they undergo beta oxidation. This beta oxidation is done for the release of energy in the body. So synthesis of fatty acids like acetyl-CoA carboxylase is enzyme that is required in the synthesis of fatty acids and requires this acetyl-CoA. So activation of fatty acids to beta oxidation and synthesis of fatty acids to acetyl-CoA carboxylase requires this acetyl-CoA. And this acetyl-CoA has role in adrenocortical functions, essential for the formation of adrenocortical hormones from acetyl-CoA and cholesterol. Now activation of branched chain amino acids. Activation of branched chain amino acids like valine, leucine and isoleucine requires this acetyl-CoA. So this is a very important water soluble vitamin, pantothenic acid, and if you see the deficiency of pantothenic acid is rare in case of humans because of its wide distribution in the plant sources and animal sources. So we take this pantothenic acid very regularly, and if you see the synthesis also takes place in the human intestinal bacteria, and so intestinal flora can synthesize this pantothenic acid. So the deficiency of this vitamin arises very rare. Causes, if you see, it can be produced by antagonists like pantoyl taurine. If you take this pantoyl taurine in the diet, it can prevent the absorption. It can cause the results in the deficiency of this vitamin. So this pantothenic acid seen in famine and in prisons, those who are chronic alcoholic patients and renal dialysis patients also, there is a possibility for the deficiency of this vitamin. If you see the symptoms, the Gopalan's burning feet syndrome is the disease that is associated with this pantothenic acid deficiency. Now the paresthesia in lower extremities, staggering gait due to impaired coordination, sleep disturbances, easy fatigability are the major symptoms of deficiency of this vitamin pantothenic acid. Major deficiency of this vitamin pantothenic acid. This is associated with Gopalan's burning feet syndrome. The symptoms, if you see, paresthesia in lower extremities, staggering gait due to impaired coordination, sleep disturbances, easy fatigability are the major symptoms.